Training to walk a full marathon starts with early mornings. It's 4:30 in the morning and I'm out early because there's a heat wave. It's going to be in the mid 40s and humid. There's lots of clouds up there. You can even see it at this time of day. There was a tornado warning not that long ago, about 2:30 this morning. So I think that's passed, I hope. The air is very still. I do see birds flying and bats, and I hear frogs. So I'm up with those guys. It's kind of nice being up this early, feeling like you're the only one alive. Sometimes I trained alone. Sometimes I train with our dog Koba. Sometimes I train with friends or family. We began in the winter season. Walked through springtime into summer. We walked through all kinds of seasons and weather when we were training for the full marathon. We started in the winter time, and I don't have a lot of video or footage of that, but I've added what I could. Basically, the roads are kind of like what you see here, um, windy, some hills. So they were snow covered, and it's not a main, I don't live in a main road, so the plow comes by once or twice a day, but it's not ongoing to clear it. So the roads were icy, slushy sometimes, and it made for harder walking, but that's okay. It's good to train your calf muscles when you walk in that kind of condition. Your feet kind of work in a different way, and that was good training for sure. We also then walked into the spring. One time we were got poured on and like drenched poured. I was wearing sweatpants, and my sweatpants, we weren't expecting that kind of rain, and my sweatpants got so drenched I was holding them up with my hands, otherwise they would have fallen off. So that was a bit of an adventurous day. We also walked into the summer, and that made for different kinds of challenges because of heat waves. I got a version of heat stroke one time when I was walking just by myself early in the morning. I came back and I was cramping and nauseous and dizzy. As soon as I got into the air conditioning of my home, within 15 minutes, it was gone. So that's how I know it was heat exhaustion, not heat stroke. It wasn't full on, but it was heat exhaustion, and it was not pleasant. Then we also walked through, well, we didn't walk through the wildfire smoke, but it did affect our training because we couldn't get out. We were told to stay inside because the air quality was so poor. So that was another factor in our training. So it's Sunday night, and here I am out trying to get some training in at the end of the weekend, which it was difficult to get out this weekend because of the haze, the smoke from the wildfires. We had an air quality warning that kept most people inside. Um, I blew up a shoe in the middle of my walk, so I had to walk with a flappy shoe. Halfway along today's training, and my shoes are feeling weird. It's because they're falling apart. So it looks like I have to invest in some new shoes. Looks like a tick on my leg. I'm only walking on the cement, but boy, these guys are aggressive. Um, we just had, and we had to work around our various schedules because once summertime came, people had family get togethers and vacations and things. So picking the final day, we kind of wanted to be done at the beginning of the summer, but it just didn't work out with all of the schedules. So we finally just picked a day towards the end of the summer and got it done. And it was one of the best feelings. I had made a training schedule, which I can link as an example if you'd like to make something of your own, or you're welcome to use mine. It's just like a week by week training schedule, which was great at the start. I wouldn't say we really stuck to it, and we didn't finish the schedule in terms of the length. We decided that once we had done one 25K walk, that we were pretty good to go. We thought if we can do 25K, we can do 42K. So that's what we did. And but you might want to, you're different, your body's different. Maybe you want to train more fully so you get up to the 30s in kilometers. So you decide what you would like to do. But I'll leave that for you below. Another thing I did to prepare myself to walk the full marathon was to do a little bit of reading. And I chose this book by Colin O'Brady called The 12-Hour Walk. Invest one day, conquer your mind, and unlock your best life. I do recommend this book, whether or not you're going to walk a full marathon or not, or if you want to do this particular challenge of doing a 12-hour walk, which is basically he walked for 12 hours in his neighborhood, in his city. And it doesn't mean that you have to keep walking the whole time. He says you can go to the park and sit down and whatever, but you do put your phone on airplane mode so you don't engage with other people. This is a mental challenge more than a physical challenge. And so I liked this book for that, because so much of getting ready for this marathon was mental. My friends and I talked a lot about Terry Fox, which, if you don't know who Terry Fox is, if you don't know who he is, um, I'll tell you a little bit about him. He was a young 24-year-old Canadian man who had cancer and had a leg amputated, and he decided he was going to run across our country to raise money for cancer. And he ran very far in, through many provinces, but he eventually got lung cancer and he didn't finish the race. And so since then, it's been 45 years. I think this was the 45th year anniversary of that event. And since then, we have, through all the Terry Fox runs, raised enough money to cure the cancer that he did get in the first place, that took his leg, and other kinds of cancer. And he has raised millions and millions of dollars. He's our national hero. And he ran a marathon every single day on an artificial leg, his good leg and an artificial leg, which did not fit well. It wasn't made for running, not like artificial legs are today that you see in the Olympics. It was like this clunky thing. And he was incredible. His story is incredible. And we thought, if he can do that every day, running on an artificial leg, we can certainly walk one marathon. So between this Colin O'Brady guy, who he's like he's summited Mount Everest. He's the first guy to walk across Antarctica unassisted. And he's done all these incredible things. And he's run many marathons and things, of course. And um, it all started after he had a serious injury. So his story is quite fun and interesting. And in the book, there's QR codes that link to little videos that help tell his story, which I thought was kind of a fun thing to do. So so I will link this book down below. I don't have an Amazon shop or anything like that yet, but I'll still link it so that you have the information if you want to try reading it. It's a very quick read and a fun read and very motivating. He's got such a great attitude and about life, and so positive. So I found building up my mindset was really a key factor in preparing to do this marathon. My friends and I decided that we'd like to make this an annual event, a walking marathon once a year for as many years as we can into our old age. And we also thought, because Terry Fox was so motivating for us, that we would tie it to the annual Terry Fox run that we have here in Canada every September. So the date would be closer to the actual Terry Fox run, which was around the time when he had to end his run in Thunder Bay. And so Canadians across the country have picked up the gauntlet and have carried on his run, carried on his legacy. And we'd like to join in that movement. So next year, that's what we're going to be doing. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. I hope you try your own event, like a walking marathon. Please comment below if it's something that you'd like to join in, maybe next year in September 2026, and or comment about any other kind of challenge that you've come up with for yourself, either alone or with friends. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you for your precious time. Have a great day.